Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents Star Wars Wednesday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with Star Wars, the Black Series, the Clone Wars, Magnaguard. Let's get into it! Let's start things off with a look at the packaging. And here on the top, nothing but a hook and some tape. Then on the front, Star Wars, the Black Series, and then a nice digital render of the Magnaguard. Star Wars, the Clone Wars, Magnaguard, assortment numbers. Warning! Don't stick things in your pie hole if they don't belong there. 4 and up, Hasbro print, plastic-free packaging. Except paper. I really thought I was done with that. And then here we have a barcode, small print, fine print, legalese print, made in China print, and symbols I'm not going to learn. On this side, Star Wars, the Black Series, and then another digital render of the figure, and it tells you he's 6.2 inches or 15.9 centimeters tall. And in case you forgot where we mentioned it earlier, plastic-free packaging, except tape and glue. And then in some other languages than that symbol. And then on this side, we've got nice artwork of the Magnaguard. Says Magnaguard right there. Then on the back, Star Wars, the Black Series. Again, nice digital render. Is it the same? Yeah, same digital render as on the front. Star Wars, the Black Series. Magnaguard. Magnaguard's implacable droids who guarded key separatist leaders proved tough opponents for the Jedi with their deadly electrostaffs. They could even keep fighting even after losing limbs or heads. And that threw me off because even and even. There's too many evens in there. What the heck? And then there it is again in some other languages. He's number 15 in the Clone Wars subline. Attention! Don't stick things in your French pie hole that do not belong there. Includes figure and 2 accessories. Warning, attention, Octoon. Don't stick things in any other language pie hole that do not belong there. Don't give it to babies. Small print, fine print, legalese print, made in China print, Disney print, and Hasbro print. That, my friends, is a look at the packaging. Let's take a look at the figure and his accessories, or its accessories, because he's a droid. So here we have handy dandy tweezers, and first up we have a pair of electrical shock pieces. You can see they're open on this side, not my favorite thing, and they go on the electrostaff, and I'll show that in just a minute. And as far as I can tell, these pieces are the same. There may be some slight differences, but I don't believe that's the case. Next up, we have the electrostaff, which the main shaft of it appears to be octagonally shaped. And it's all molded in one color, and then it's got some nice molded details on the end, and then it has these transparent pieces put over those for the electrical effect. I mean, this is how they looked in the media, episode 3 specifically. So, and the way the electrical piece works is where it's open there, you just kind of clip it on and put it in to space. And I just wish that it wrapped around a little more, but at least we did get electrical effects with it. So, and I think that looks nice together. And then the other piece we have is just like a double-ended spear. And again, the shaft of it is octagonally shaped. And then it has these 2 almost points on the ends of it. And, you know, it measures up pretty tall for that guy. And then we have this guy here himself which I think is one of Dooku's guards from the Clone Wars movie, the animated movie. So they will probably most likely be doing a redeco of this one as Grievous's Magnaguard from the beginning of Episode 3. Now, as far as the paint apps on this guy, I mean, you can tell he's got some here on the top of his head. He's got this overlay piece here, the eyes, this nose mouth piece, and on the sides of that. And it really just does take you to the look of that droid. There's no mistaking that this is the Magnaguard. He's seen a lot of action, hence why he's dirty or paint chipped or whatnot. So, and not so much on the back. It's pretty clean up here on the back, and for the most part on the back of the arms, but you can see on the back of the leg here, and then down here. So it does have some nice paint apps, and it looks like a lot of these pieces are separate pieces on the torso here. Like these are separate pieces glued on to it, and they're molded in color with a little bit of paint apps, and the stuff underneath is just molded in color. Now, one thing I want to mention, these shoulder pads do pop off quite often. However, I'm glad they're not like pinned in there. I mean, I hate that they fall off, but at least they don't break, if that makes sense. And then, of course, we do have this soft goods cape, which is a little bit of a blessing and a curse, I think, because it's really meant to go one way and that's it. But it does have the nice little design on it, like in the show or the movie, I reckon. Not the show. It was a movie. And then, you know, it just has nice molded details throughout, and it's very droid looking, and it's really very Magnaguard-y, I guess, which is what it should be. And you got some paint apps down here. And let's take a look at his articulation. He can look up that high. He looks down that far. He's got a little bit of chicken neck, but not a whole lot, because I think it's on a hinge here, and maybe a ball joint up here at the base of the neck. So he's got a little bit of waggle. He can do the full Exorcist with a little bit of trouble because of the cape. Now at the arms, it does have a weird, I don't know exactly how to describe it, joint in here. Maybe it's a hinge in here and then a ball out here. I'm not sure. But regardless, it will move up and down like that. And it also has a butterfly where it moves back that far and forward that far. It will do a full 360 degrees of rotation there. Now also at the shoulder, I think they showed that piece going up under, and he'll raise his arm up that high, but it does displace that shoulder pad. So you just kind of have to pop it back on. Single hinge and swivel at the elbow, swivels around 360 degrees and gives you slightly less than 90 degrees, or maybe approximately 90 degrees for a bend there. 360 degrees of rotation at the wrist, and it is on an in and out hinge, and the other side is in and out as well. Although I think you can adjust the wrists to where it can be separate things. And there's also a rotation of 360 degrees here that I had forgotten about. So he does have all kinds of articulation up there. Now at the, I guess where the chest and the abdomen meet is where, yeah. So he's got hula. He can lean left and right. He leans back slightly. He leans forward slightly. And it will do a full 360 degrees of rotation there as well. The hips are on like a post with a ball hinge, so a half dumbbell joint, I guess. So he gives you that much of the splits. Leg goes all the way forward, it goes all the way back, so that's pretty cool. Because of the ball here at the hip, it does rotate in and out just a little bit, but there's no rotation up in this part. Although I think they missed an opportunity to put it here if they wanted. Single hinge and swivel. No swivel at the knee. So that's, well, I take it back. There may be a swivel there. It just doesn't swivel much. It's not supposed to, I guess. So no swivel at the knee. So that's a little disappointing. But it will give you a little better than 90 degrees worth of bend. So maybe that makes up for it a little bit. And then he's got these big old honking feet. And at the ankle, tilt back that far. Tilt up that far. And forward facing pin for rocker. And as far as weapon storage, my friends, like most Black Series figures, he just has to hold them. And there you have it, my friends. A look at the figure and his accessories. It's time for my favorite part of a review, comparisons. And here we have Star Wars, the Black Series, the Clone Wars Magnaguard, with Star Wars, the Black Series, Episode 3, General Grievous. And Star Wars, the Black Series, Gaming Greats, Jedi Survivor, Battle Droid. For our final set of comparisons, here we have Star Wars, the Black Series, the Clone Wars, Magnaguard, with from the Marvel Legends series making his cameo appearance, Stan the Man Lee, from G.I. Joe Classified series, the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Regal variant Cobra Commander. Our final Black Series comparison, the Archive Edition 501st Legion Clone Trooper, and for a 7-inch scale comparison, from the Masters of the Universe Masterverse line, the 40th Anniversary He-Man. For final thoughts on Star Wars, the Black Series, the Clone Wars Magnaguard, I have to say, I do feel like overall that this is a good entry into the line. There are some missed opportunities for some articulation points, I think. The cloth goods cape is a little, it's a bit of a mixed bag. You have to get it on just right to make it look just right, I guess. You know, I mean, that's logical, I suppose, but you know, it's pretty much you can get it on there one way to make it look right. And that's it. And it's draped over one shoulder or the other. And the way it's designed, I really think it's designed, the under cape is designed to hang off of the right shoulder, just like I have it here. While the other one, you can move it around and do it either way. Now I do like the fact that he comes with the spear weapon that he has here, plus the electro staff. But the way that the electrical effects work on the staff, I think I don't like it, with it being open on one side. And maybe it's just I'm not putting it correctly. I know I'm not putting it like they show it on the box, but it doesn't seem like the electricity should be on the handle of the thing like they're showing on the packaging. I think it belongs on the ends where you're, you know, poking people with it. And so the effects pieces I'm not super impressed with. I would have liked them to at least been able to wrap around, even if they had been still open on one side, to accommodate the staff. But, you know, wrapping the effect all the way around, I think would have looked better, and I think it would have held on better as well. Now, I don't think this guy's going to have any real problems standing up, at least in a vanilla pose. Now, if you're posing him out a little bit, you might have a little bit of difficulty, but his feet are actually quite large, and it does help to get this guy posed out. And I do appreciate that, even though I know that's, you know, it's part of the design of the figure, and, you know, the fact of whether it would actually stand up like that or not probably didn't enter much into the original designers of the movie. You know, the CGI stuff, they didn't really care if it could actually stand up in the real world or not, I don't think. But I think that was part of the design. I don't think that was the intention behind it, but it works out for those of us who like action figures. And, you know, I like this guy. I can't wait until they get the other color from the beginning of Revenge of the Sith into the line, which I know this was part of the Clone Wars quote-unquote wave of this figure and the Clone Wars Ahsoka, which I'm still waiting on. And, you know, I like this figure. It's good. It does have some issues, the shoulder pad things. You know, the cape it's nice that it's soft goods, but it's a little bit of a mixed bag. But I like it better than if they would have made it a plastic piece. Well, that does it for the review. I hope that you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very, very much for supporting this channel through viewing. If you're interested in supporting my channel further, I'm now offering memberships at various tiers. Click the join button on my YouTube page, or check this video's description for the link and see if any membership offers are right for you, but only if you are in a position to do so. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you would like to see more content or just help the channel grow, or both, that's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.